What's up, guys? It's Brian from Hash Hub. It's about 8:40 a.m., February 2nd, 2018. We're coming to you with a brand new trading video. This one's going to be on Bitcoin. And yeah, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. It would be greatly appreciated. Also, upvote and resteam if you guys are on DTube and or Steam it. If not, the links are down below to those platforms. And our Facebook trading group, the link is down below for that too. So yeah, let's get into it here. We're talking Bitcoin. Lots going on as we were sleeping last night. And yeah, a lot of it's exciting times. It's good. It's good for the market. Put a smile on your face. It's good. if you're really truly a cryptocurrency enthusiast, you should really have a smile on your face. This is why is this good for for the market? All corrections are good for all markets all the time. The market cannot just go straight up. I've never seen a market just go straight up and never have a correction. And the more parabolic it is, the stronger the corrections are. And clearly, this market had gone parabolic by any measure. It went parabolic. In other words, it pretty much was going straight up at this point right here. So we can imagine the correction is going to be a deep one, and it's also going to be long. So, like I had mentioned yesterday, I thought the chances of the market going down were better than it going up, and that's exactly what it did here. I also mentioned that some people were saying that the beginning of the end of the correction, or the end of the correction, was going to be the beginning of this month. And I don't think that's the case. I think it's going to be the beginning of March, maybe first, second week of March at best. I can make arguments either way, but that's what my gut tells me. So, like we were saying, we saw a bearish flag, a small bearish flag right here, and the market has sold off from that point forward. Two other lines that we had drawn was this line right here. Okay, which is a Fibonacci line, if I remember correctly. This one definitely is a Fibonacci line. This one's the 0.618 Fibonacci line. And there is another one, too, right down here. This one's about 4,244. This is the 0.786. So, in other words, a retracement from the top of 78.6%. So, what happened? The market came down and it basically kissed this 61.8% retracement from the top, this Fibonacci level. That's why we draw these things. It tried to hang around this level, this level right here, but it didn't really hang around there for very long, about 3 hours. Let's take a look at the hourly chart. Yeah, it tried to hang on here, but to no avail. It continued, and then it decisively bounced off this 0.618 Fibonacci level, which is a good thing. It's a very good thing. Now, what do we want to see? We want to see this blue line hold. This is fine. This pierce right here is fine. Some would consider this a bullish wick. If it happens on the top side, it's a bearish wick. Some would consider this a bullish wick. We don't know. We're going to have to let a few candles go by. This is on a 4-hour basis, so it's basically like half a day go by to see if this is a bullish wick or it's going to continue down from here. Now, this here could be an A, B, C correction where this has to be 5 waves. If this has to be 5 waves, then there's a chance that this thing is going to come down lower. Will it make it down to here? I don't think so just yet. I think it could in the future. I just don't think it's going to just yet. Where could it stop? In the meantime, if this is for truly 5 waves, it could stop somewhere around here, somewhere, halfway. So, meaning halfway from here to here. So it could stop somewhere around here, around, let's call this the 5,800 level. There is support there that we see from various different support levels. So if the market were to sell off more, like I said, it probably could get to this 5,800 level. In my gut is telling me, and everything as far as technically is telling me that it's going to stop right here right this second, and then we're gonna have a correction of the correction of the correction. In other words, the market's going to go back up again. It's going to go back up to a certain level, and then it's probably going to come back down again. I hope it adheres to this shorter triangle, this mustard line. Okay, not this larger triangle. I hope it adheres to this mustard line right here. And there's two converging lines at this point. We have this blue line, this solid blue line, and we have this mustard line that all kind of come together. And you can pretty much almost consider this one line because they're so close together. For the purposes of right now. As the market gets closer, you can look a little bit closer and kind of make a differentiation between the two. But possibly, I'm thinking, okay, so let's take a look at this right now. This would be A, this would be B, this would be C, this would be D, and we would have, this would be E right here. So if this is E right here, then the market would according to Elliott wave theory, the market would run up from this point forward. So the next test, if the market were to run up, is going to be somewhere around this level right here. Let's call this about 9,600 level. I don't believe that this is over just yet. My gut is telling me this is not just over just yet. I'm not particularly in love with the triangles that come down like this this blue triangle, this mustardy triangle, and this blue hashed triangle. I'm not particularly in love with them. I do think that the larger triangle is actually what is going on here. And if that's the case, then we have an A, we have a B, we have a C, and we're waiting for a D. We're waiting for a D. We had in other words, a retest of the low of this downward facing, this large downward facing wedge. That's what I truly believe is going on right here. My secondary is that this is an ABC correction right here, and we may be part of a larger ABC correction. In other words, this could be A, this could be B, and this could be C. Okay, and then there could be even a larger one on top of that. All right, where we're going to have an A, and this could continue a little bit more. We're going to have a B that's possibly going to come up to this level, and then we can have a C that brings us well off into the future, and it brings us back down to possibly 3,500 levels. I'm not trying to scare the bejesus out of people, but these are the possibilities that could happen. And yeah, that's just the way I see it right now. So hopefully the story of today is going to be, is this holding? Is this going to hold? And so everybody should be holding their breath that it does hold, because if it doesn't, then some are more of the dire scenarios. I don't mean dire like things are gonna end, but I mean like with regards to price level. So more of the more conservative scenarios are going to probably play themselves out. And we may see more capitulation in the market. I am still kind of surprised how many sellers there are. And the possibility is that this right here was a bull trap. I mean, not possibility, it was. This right here was a bull trap where people thought that it was going to be running up again. They thought that there would be, buy the dip, similar to what everybody's been doing in the regular stock market, the traditional stock markets, and they were going to this was going to continue moving on its merry way. And I do feel that now people are just hurting quite a bit. I see a lot of these comments on Facebook, and I think that's really playing out in the market right here. So, like we were saying months and months ago, that this is a level that we could get to, and here we are. I said the probability months ago that the probability of us getting to this is pretty high, and here we are. And I was also saying during these time periods here and here, sell what you have, or sell or de-risk, 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 de-risk. Now it's a different scenario. I can't really talk too much to what to do now if you hadn't had heeded the warnings here, because it's really up to you. It's really up to you. Is it going to run up here? You know, I don't see that happening right now. I really don't. I'm going to need to see a little bit more information the next day or two. It may tell us some more information that it's going to run up to maybe to a higher level over here, but I don't see that right now. The QQE indicator had crossed over right about here. It was a great signal to beware of something happening, you know, an impending fall in the market. The volume just, I mean, sell volume just freaking took off. Even surprising to me that there are still so many sellers. They must, a lot of these guys here and here must have gotten in over here, or they must have gotten in over here, like during this dip. So yeah, I mean, that's really all we have to say for right now. Bitcoin seems to be taking down the majority of the market, much of the market. Let's actually look to see what it's doing with Ether. Yeah, it's doing the same thing with Ether. Oh, Ether hit our support line right here. Yeah, we'll make a video on Ether. Anyway, that's about it. Happy trading. Let us know if you have any questions. Keep your chin up. Everything's fine. The market's not coming to an end. Put a smile on your face, and we will see much, much higher highs in the future. This is most likely creating a springboard of some serious bullish movements in the future. So we'll have time to smile again, a big smile, and laugh all the way to the bank. And yeah, like I said, keep your chin up. Everything's great and dandy. Speak to you soon. Happy trading.